Today we continue looking at some more important reasons why you don't improve at chess. This is where I reveal most grandmaster secrets to prepare you guys for serious games. And just like I did in my previous video, this video will be full of practical examples such as opening gambits and tricks. So point number one, openings don't really matter. And hey, before you insult my uncle, let me put it this way. It's not about the opening. Just like I mentioned in my previous video, it's about tactics, guys. Quoting from Susan Poga, chess is about 99% tactics. So the whole purpose of an opening is to leave you with a comfortable middle game position. Think of an opening as a ladder to take you up to a comfortable middle game position. For example, in serious tournament games, I like playing the Gyoko Pianissimo, where I put my light squad bishop on c4, and if black continues playing the normal moves, I just continue creating my favorable pawn structure on the center, getting ready for a proper middle game position. For those of you guys who have already bought my Gyoko Pianissimo course, you already know our strategies and how stable this line is, even for beginners and intermediate level players. E.g., we just want to put our bishop on b3. That's what I call a prophylactic move. And then we continue playing as follows, ensuring to put all our pieces on key squares where they have full potential. And hey, in terms of gambits, when I was growing up, I liked playing the deuce gambit because it always led me to a comfortable position that I knew very well. For those of you who don't know the deuce gambit, this is just an opening that arises from the Italian game where black plays bishop c5, normal stuff. Then you castle short immediately, waiting for them to play knight f6 so that you can hit them immediately with d4. And it is in this position where theory suggests that black should play bishop takes d4, taking with a bishop, not with a pawn, because this may allow all sorts of tactics like e5, and let's say if knight g4, I can make black lose his right to castle right away in the opening stage and give him a check, then end up getting back my piece on g4. So I just want to put more pressure on my opponent in the opening stage to increase their chances to blunder. And what I love about the deuce gambit even more is that even if black plays the theoretical move bishop takes d4 instead of taking with a pawn, well, in this case I just take that free bishop. That's the whole idea of the deuce gambit, to force black to give up his bishop pair very early in the opening stage, because theoretically speaking, two bishops are better than two knights. So knight takes d4 is what they play, and this is where I start attacking right away, because most chess players are not good at defending. I start with pawn to f4, putting more pressure on the knight. By the way, they can't take because I'm gonna take their free knight. So in this case, they play pawn to d6, after which I just go ahead and oversimplify everything. Now my target is the f6 knight. I go bishop g5, pinning that knight to the queen. In case of bishop e6, attacking my bishop, I just defend it like this. I mean, take. If queen e7, now I want to make sure that my territory is clean, not allowing any of my enemy's pieces to sit in my territory. That's what you do in chess when you don't have anything else to do. For example, pawn to c3, chasing that knight away. And then oversimplifying things, I go queen f3, and there's nothing that can stop me from capturing that f6 pawn. See how I just simplified the game, you guys? I like this because this is the position that I know. So I play these openings to help me reach a comfortable middle game position that I know very well, that I'm capable of handling against anyone. I'm not saying these are the perfect openings, but once again, openings don't really matter. Just play something that will give you a comfortable middle game position that you are familiar with. You guys don't seem to understand. Let me demonstrate how chess openings can be useless as compared to tactics. Remember, the statement is chess is 99% tactics. Stop wasting time with your openings. Right now, let me challenge a random chess player on Lichess in a 1-minute bullet demonstration in order to prove my point. I'm gonna play a dubious opening which doesn't even make sense, and I'm not going to edit this out. Watch. So let's go. Okay, so you guys, this is a real match. I'm playing against a 2035 rated opponent. E4. I'm gonna play some useless stuff. For example, this. I just want to make a point. Don't play like this. You can see there's nothing that I'm doing. I'm gonna play this. Okay, I can do this now. I have a new thing. You can see what I was talking about. See what I was talking about, you guys. So I played a very dubious opening, but it seems like I'm not even close to losing. I'm gonna put my king here, develop my stuff. I don't think I have any weaknesses. Next, I want to play this move. Okay, now they have lost their thing. Next, I want to play this move. So I'm gonna win a piece for free. And then maybe let me do this. This one knight is dead. I said it, one knight is dead, or maybe the pawn. So you can see I'm just playing with tactics here. And what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do this, and this is dead. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, the knight is dead. Now I'm gonna play this move. Pop. Pop. You can't do this because I'm gonna take. Okay, now they are frustrated. So you can see I played a dubious move against the self-proclaimed chess master 1748 on Lichess, but ended up winning like nothing. So this is what I meant when I told you guys that chess openings don't really matter. As Susan Poga said, chess is 99% tactics. And I know some people may argue to say this is bullet. Yeah, to some extent I agree, but the point is just play something that is going to leave you with a comfortable position. So you can see I played this game live in front of your eyeballs, right above your nose, and was able to win this with no problems at all. Anyway, so let's continue. Before we move on to the next point, let me make another important point to you guys. This is why you see most grandmasters and other advanced players playing the same kinds of openings. For example, you will realize that if a person like Levy plays the Caro-Kann all the time in the opening stage involving this pawn structure, he is more likely to play the semi-Slav defense even against d4 because positions may transpose and lead to the same kinds of middle game positions. And I'm not saying Levy plays the semi-Slav against d4, I'm just giving an example. For example, in the Caro-Kann defense, if white takes, black would be happy to take back. And let's say if white plays knight to f3, Levy would be glad to play knight to f6. And let's say bishop d3, bishop g4 is very much playable, even knight c6, or simply pawn to e6, so that if this may come, then this, and this. I want you to remember this pawn structure, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to have a similar position even against d4. So we are still talking about why openings are just ladders to take you up to a comfortable middle game position. So now let's say white begins with pawn to d4 instead of e4. Somebody who plays the Caro-Kann defense all the time is more likely to play d5 so that after c4 they can play pawn to c6, kind of the Caro-Kann defense. This is what we call the Slav defense, by the way. Knight to f3 may be played, then black would play knight to f6, knight c3, pawn to e6, and let's say take, I'm just making random moves. Let's say pawn to e3, bishop d6, bishop d3, knight c6, castle short, and castle short. So you can see this wave of pawns that I asked you guys to remember, similar to what we had in the Caro-Kann defense. All that black is doing here is to try and get back to a position that he is familiar with. So this is the easiest way to improve your game of chess. Pick an opening that you think leads you to a comfortable position and start improving on that opening day by day. And if you check my website, www.kasperchess.com, this is why I decided to create the semi-Slav course after creating the Caro-Kann defense course. Because I want you guys to be playing the same things over and over. You will notice that most lines that I shared with you in my Caro-Kann defense course also appear in the semi-Slav to make you understand the correlations between two of these openings. This is why we encourage you guys to get our courses, because chess courses are more organized than these studies. Once you start playing many different openings, that will be your beginning of struggles, which is point number 2. Stop playing every opening out there. This is why you are stuck, because you want to play every opening that you see on YouTube. And as a coach, I'm also a victim of this, because we are forced to study many chess openings, some which we know are not even good enough, but just for the sake of helping someone who likes that opening, we do these things, hence gambling our tactical abilities. This is bad. Let's say against e4 you play the Caro-Kann defense. Maybe this time they advance their pawn and you go bishop f5, normal stuff. They play knight f3, then you successfully complete your pawn chain on the center of the board. They play bishop d3, you trade, and then you start playing chess. If this is the position that you are familiar with, it is not advisable to play something else against d4 or something that is very far from this. Let's take for instance, white starts with pawn to d4 this time, and then you play the Dutch out of everything. Well, chances are that you're not going to have your Caro-Kann set up in the middle game, which you are used to. For example, if white chooses to be more aggressive with pawn to e4, what's off your take, and after they play knight c3, attacking your pawn, you blindly defend your e-pawn with d5. Man, you are lost. Because in this position, white can simply play queen h5 check, and on the next move, they are going to grab your free pawn on d5. Or not really free, but to be honest, this is not what you intended to play. This is far from the Caro-Kann defense, guys. So let's say you take, they take, now attacking your pawn on c7. By the way, you can't even defend it like this because they can take your knight. So you are forced to defend with your king, and now they continue attacking you. So you can see what I was talking about. As a Caro-Kann player, instead of playing something like the semi-Slav, which is closely related to the Caro-Kann defense, you choose to play some other stuff that leaves you with a position that you are not familiar with. This is what happens. So the moral of the story is that don't play every gambit or everything that you see if you really want to improve fast. Of course, in casual games and blitz, you are at liberty of playing whatever you want just for fun. But when we talk of chess improvement, you better pick one or two openings that you are going to grow with over time. Like the way Pragg loves his d4 c4 stuff, the way Anish loves his Najaf opening, the way Levy Roseman loves his Caro-Kann defense in serious tournaments. So that's the easiest way to improve. Alright, so this is all for today, you guys. I hope you learned one or two things from this video about why you never improve at chess. So remember to check out my courses at www.kasperchess.com. The link is in the comment section down below. And finally, you can also purchase my courses using PayPal, which I struggled with for quite some time. You can easily purchase my courses in 1 or 2 clicks and receive my courses instantly to help you improve at chess. I suggest you get my Caro-Kann defense and my semi-Slav defense for black pieces, and for white, I highly recommend my Giocco Pianissimo course, because these 3 courses will be leading you to the same kinds of pawn structures in the middle game which you are going to be familiar with. It's not just about cells. Guys, I'm also helping you to save time, from making those blunders, playing chess every day without a proper direction. You just waste your time playing the game that you don't even understand very well. You'll just be losing. That's why we do these things. You can also check out other people's courses and see if they are going to help you improve. That's the goal. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Until next time, bye bye.